So first I want to thank my colleagues, Robert, Philip, Karen, who have been primarily responsible for helping to organize this event. In particular, Robert, who saved me yesterday when I had no voice, which is why he did all the opening remarks and everything. I'm really pleased. We made a big strategic change this year by joining the main conference. Typically, Bio-Ontologies has always been as a sort of a side, a special interest group that was adjacent to the conference. And we had fantastic attendance yesterday and for some part of today. We are naturally in the very last part, so I thank you very much for staying until the end and seeing all the wonderful talks that we have had. We've had great keynotes from Robert Stevens, Katja Peskita, Nigam Shah. Really remarkable work and very exciting. And also we had this fantastic 20th anniversary sort of review and panel discussion with Katja and Judy and Mark and Lars, and I think that was really nice and wonderful. And I could see many of you who were sort of wanting to speak out, and we gave you exactly that opportunity through our paper review to sort of express your own feelings about what our accomplishments are, what our challenges are, and what the future holds. And that was really nice, so we have lots and lots of materials to work on. But more importantly, we also have all these other papers that came in. So we brought in papers from the typical proceedings tracks. You just saw one. Short papers, flash updates, and also we had a huge number of posters this year compared to last year's. So I think that was really a fantastic program. And it really covered everything, right, from infrastructure to discovery. And I think it makes for a great meeting around ontologies. Okay, so I also want to thank the program committee. A lot of people put in a lot of work just reviewing the submissions, and that provides the quality of the program and also gives feedback back to the authors to improve their work and to submit it to other kinds of venues. I also want to thank Stephen Leard and ISCB. They're, of course, behind the scenes organizing the whole event, including taking into account this room and all the other things that go with it, and the sound people that have been working with us for audio video. So this is great. Our next steps, obviously, are to work on our perspective paper, is to massage the content that has been provided into something that other people can consume readily and with pleasure. So I'll be working with some of the team lead writers there to do that over the next few months. And now we have to look forward to next year. So next year's Bio-Ontologies meeting will be in Chicago, July 6th to 10th. One of the things that I want to advise you to is to really consider now submitting full papers to the proceedings for ISMB, because if you annotate them with Bio-Ontologies, we will review them and we can include them in this forum. And that's really different than before. So if you have work that you think you can get ready for a January submission, I highly encourage you to take this route. It gets published in Bioinformatics, along with all the other papers that are being published as part of the proceedings, and we can feature it here. So think about that. If you've got stuff you're working on and you're not going to make the deadline, then of course we're going to have the regular submission deadline, which will probably be end of March or start of April, and then it'll be the typical short paper, flash update, posters. So that's always going to be available. You know, this year we didn't go with a special issue to help perhaps provide a path from short papers or even great flash updates into papers. I think we're going to revisit that since there was some demand for it, but we're going to try to find ways that make it less work for everybody and also, you know, hopefully promotes the work that we're doing in this community. Okay. So that is it. I want to thank you all for coming and for participating. I think it's been a great session. We're happy to see you next year. And of course, if you have any comments or suggestions for this meeting or the next, please feel free to send it to us. And with that, thank you very much.